Okay, so I'm here with Angelo Zorrilla. He's the scriptwriter behind The Way Back to the Light. Welcome to London, welcome to Fusion.
Thank you, Stephen. Thank you very much.
You're more than welcome. Before we get onto the script, can you tell me what your profession is? What do you do for a living?
I study architecture, but I work in VFX industry.
Oh, you
in
do?
In the computer, yes.
Because I've seen a photo of you in front of a monitor.
In the monitor all day, all night, working for movies, CGI movies, and live action mix. CGI and live action mix. So I have digital sculptor.
Yeah.
And I have to put lights in the scene. I'm a lighter as well, from the CGI and live action films.
Oh, okay. That sounds very interesting. We'll get back to the. Please then tell me about this fantasy script.
Okay, this script. The name is The Way Back, and the name it's because this is a story about a guy, a younger guy, who was wondering about this war, this physical war. Is wondering about wars, poverty, violence, and he thinks there is something else, something behind of this material world that make these things happen, that create that chaos. So the way he tried to find the answer, it's making introspections.
Right.
Making introspections and meditate. He has a normal life. He has his girlfriend, live with his parents, go to the university, and but it's a lonely guy who likes to read a lot. So in those meditation, like lamas has a meditation. He received an information for a bank in a star called Sirio. This bank from Sirio can see in his soul that is looking for more information. He understood that.
So is it spiritual?
It's yes and not, because yes, more or less yes. Because this is a searching for what's going on around us, why people are looking for a nice job, nice phone, nice car, and everything is around outside. Everything is around a material world, but something real big happens behind this material world.
Because it reminded me when I was reading the synopsis of The Matrix. You know, that everything is like a construct. You know?
Yes. But this is but this is difference of Matrix and very different of Da Vinci Code, because these things real happen. So this guy, when this being from Syria start to appears in his dream and speak to him, he learn a lot. It's like a mental school. So this guy starts to understand there is a lot of being of light working around the planet, fighting with negative forces that real exist, and that forces that cause that generate the chaos in the world. So this guy have to take two trips. One trip to visit a cave, because in previous time Egyptians and Romans, for the beginning of a spiritual life, they have to cross, for example, like Isis, mysterious, and they have to wake or to walk between caves for a long time, and they experiment a spiritual die, to reborn again in a new person with more knowledge.
What, so kind of like a reincarnation? Is that what
like a real connection, exactly. That in the story I tell something about it. Atlantida and Lemuria, those continents years and millions of years ago, that was ended for a cataclysm, and that in those civilizations are always connected with mental cosmic. So they have a very advanced technology. So they have connection with those spiritual beings, and they speak about in their inner planet beings that exist. And Pythagoras is in his academy speak about this. So this is not science fiction. This is something that really happened. He spoke about internal beings in the earth, because he said that the earth it's a hollow earth.
Yes, I've heard this before of hollow earth theory.
So the hollow earth.
When I heard this, actually, when you spoke to me about this other day, sorry to interrupt. Have you seen King Kong, the new King Kong?
Yeah.
Where it has the hollow earth theory used in that, and I have heard this before.
So they touched something about that.
Okay, so what kind of books do you read? What is your inspiration?
A lot of inspiration comes from our dreams.
Right, because it's very unusual. It's very, I mean, I haven't read the script, but by the way you're describing it, it's very ethereal and dreamlike. Almost surreal might be a better way to describe it.
Yeah, because something is that this information I have to be put in the whole planet. A lot of people need to awake of his material dream and understand that the real truth is inside of us. That's why that negative forces try to keep us always with visual things happens, material things happens, problems, hungry, and things like that, violence. So in that way, we don't have time for us to close your eyes and look who you really are.
But when you, with your profession, you're a VFX artist or CGI, that must influence you, because you must see fantastical things and amazing things. You must construct things which are fabulous and don't exist or not. I mean, do you create things that are non-realistic?
No, because for example, the last movie that I work, it's called Resistance. It's with Jesse Eisenberg, I think it's his name.
Yeah.
And I have to do a fake mountain. So
you don't make fake monsters or.
Yes, but I have to look them like if they real, like they have real life. So because when you change from one scene to another, you can now see the difference between a monster or a building or a mountain.
So it has to be seamless.
The same lighting, the same.
But what I'm getting at is you create amazing things.
I have to create, but this is nothing to do with the script.
No, I understand that. I know. But what I'm saying is, your very profession that you're involved in, where you create things that aren't real, is subconscious, perhaps. I'm not saying it's anything to do with this, but what I'm getting at is you're obviously a creative individual.
Yes, characters.
Yes, so characters and plot devices. So I imagine you're thinking about things like this all day, and you dream about things like this, maybe, you know?
Yeah, maybe, but back to the story. For example, we spoke about like Hollow Earth, for example.
Yeah.
When Atlantida and Lemuria disappeared from the cataclysms, some human beings in that moment can escape and go to the caves for a long time.
Yeah.
So, with the time, these people came out again, and those was the first Maya priest. They have the knowledge to Maya calendar, and that was the same people. And that people was connected by underground tunnels. So in the story I speak about a cave in the center of the world in Equatorial, where there exists a lot of blind birds, and that blind birds appears in caves in Peru. in caves in Mexico. So it's I mean something really happened down.
Yeah.
So this guy have to go to check what's going on down, and he go with his girlfriend, his another girl, who then we treat him because that girl is a part of the negative forces, and that forces that know he is awake right now want to kill him because he now know he got the knowledge to open minds, to take people to a next level. I think we are here in this world to evolution our conscience. This is a big school where we have to grow, born, grow, and die, grow, born, grow, and die. This is called samsara wheel for the Buddhisms. So you have to stop that cycle in some moment.
And is this your first script?
No, I have a lot of things wrote, but I think this is the most important because this one it's not for me. It's for a lot of people who are waiting for something like this to awake, to understand which is the real reality. It's this material reality.
Well, which we perceive as material, it might not be.
This is energy.
Yeah.
This is energy in a low vibration, but the universe is the same energy in a high vibration level. So it's the same thing. If you take a wheel, for example, and you put in motion, you will see the move. If you put more motion, you will start to hear a sound. Then he took a temperature, so you will see some red. And when you put more and more motion, the sound disappears because that sound is not perceptible for us, and the color disappears as well because cannot be looking for us. So that means that wheel it's here, but it's in another plane at the same time.
Yeah.
Because we cannot. The mean that we cannot listen or hear, it doesn't mean do not exist.
Yes, no, I understand.
Yes, so this is what about. I think the worst disease in the world is the ignorance. So the ignorance it's the cause that we have living right now, and the only way to change the weather change, the violence, and that things and those effects. The only way to change is when we attack the cause, but the cause are inside of us.
Yes, I understand what you mean. And how long did it take you to create this script? How many drafts?
It took me, I think, 1 year and a half.
Yeah.
But it was very nice to make because when I was writing, I start this script for kids. I think in make a TV spot for kids. But with the time when I was writing, I woke up in 2 or 3 in the morning with some idea, and I have my book, right. And I start to.
What's your wife doing? Sleeping.
Write.
So your wife's sleeping and you're writing?
Yes, yeah, I'm writing in that moment. So when I start to writing, I feel that I have a line that's coming down,
yeah, I know,
and I just start to write, and I say this is I have to make this story for everyone, because
you know that song by Paul McCartney, Yesterday. Everyone knows it. Yesterday. Everyone knows it. But you know how he created that? Do you know the story behind this? This is true. He dreamt it. He dreamt the song. He woke up and he wrote the lyrics down. It's true. You can read about it. And that song is the most covered song of all time.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And he woke up and he had a pen and pad, and it was in the 60s. Yesterday, and that's how it happened.
Really?
So, yeah, it's true. It's true. He dreamt it.
I'm going to read that.
Yeah, it's true. You read about it.
Very
it's
interesting.
Absolutely true. Yeah, no. It just shows you have a pen and pad on the side of your bed because you never know. So.
Yeah. I always have a paper because always in a dream you will receive things. You will receive information. A lot of people don't believe in this.
Yeah.
So this script, it's for a lot of people, but there is a portion of people who has already it's already prepared to listen and to see and to learn, but another part of the population will not, because they just believe in that can see, and the only thing that's see.
Yeah.
So my proposal here is to awake consciences, awake minds, awake people to change a lot of things that happens right now.
Yeah.
I know Leonardo DiCaprio has a foundation to war against the weather change.
And the environment, yeah.
Yes.
He's an environmentalist.
But this is the effect, and I think it's good for him. And I think, okay, I forgot the name. But those guys are working attack with the effect, not the cause.
Yeah.
And we have to attack the cause, and that cause is inside of us. So I think to live in a better place, we have to work in that causes, not in the effects.
I agree. Andres, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you to you, Steve.
Wonderful talk to you.